Hello traders, in this video we are going to talk about the double liquidity sweep. Now this video is just a continuation of the previous video I did. Now so many of you came to my DM to request that I make another video on how to trade the double liquidity sweep on the sell side. The previous one I did, it was a buy trade. Now this one is for a sell trade, how to use the double liquidity sweep to trade, to make a sell trade, right? Now, a quick recap of what a double liquidity sweep means. Now, a double liquidity sweep refers to a price movement where the market clears out liquidity at two distinct levels or zones before reversing or continue in a particular direction. Now, it is a price movement where the market clears out liquidity, it clears out stop losses, it clears out pending orders or resting limit orders at two distinct levels or zones before reversing or continuing a particular direction. Now, I'm just going to illustrate to you guys what I mean by clearing out liquidity on two distinct zones, right? Now, this is it. You see something like this, price making something like this, ranging, consolidating in this manner. Now, it can be one, it can be multiple times, it can be one time. Now, all of a sudden, price do something like this, takes out this liquidity right here, right? Induced sellers into thinking that the market wants to fall. But what happened? What happened? It trade back, goes back up to take out this buy side liquidity, also inducing buyers into thinking that the market wants to what? The market wants to go up. What happened? It comes back down inside. You can see now, once this happened, both the sellers, right? Both the sellers that thought that the market wants to go down, they must have set their stop loss just around this zone right here. Both the sellers and the buyers that thought that the market wants to continue going up, they will enter this trade and they will put their stop loss around here, right? They will put their stop loss around here. Both the sellers and the buyers are out. Now, this is what I mean by price taking out liquidity at two distinct levels or zones before reversing in a particular direction, right? It takes out this liquidity at this zone here, goes back up to take out this liquidity at this zone here before what? Before going to a particular direction. Now, let me go straight into the chart, the candlestick, and show you guys what I'm trying to do here, what I'm trying to say. Now, this is B3 USDT. Now, I'm going to show you guys how it looks like on the charts. Now, if you can watch closely, you see what happened right here in this coin. What happened? You can see that price action came to this zone right here, right? Came to this key zone right here, this swing low right here. And took out the liquidity right here, right? And you can see there are what? Bunch of liquidity. There are liquidity around there. It induced sellers. Also inducing sellers into thinking that what? The market wants to what? go down. That's what it did here. That's what happened here. Right? Now, traders must have thought that this market wants to sell, that it wants to go down. They will enter this trade and they will put their stop loss around here like this. Just around here like this. The moment they see that the market has broken this, has taken out this liquidity and is coming down, they are going to enter a sell trade and they're going to put their stop loss just right here. But what happened? Price went up after inducing the sellers. It went up to take out what? The buy side. To take out the buy side liquidity. Can you see what I'm doing here? This is liquidity. And this is also liquidity. Right? Now, buyers must have thought that the market broke this zone right here, this buy side liquidity. They must have thought that this market wants to what? Wants to go up. Now they will put their stop loss just below this zone right here. Just below this zone right here. Right? What happened? Price trades back down in, goes back in the range. Now what happened? Price have successfully done what? It has trapped both the buyers and the sellers. Both the buyers and the sellers are trapped. Now, for you to now know the actual direction that this market wants to go to, you have to wait for the market to break structure, either to the what? To the downside or to the upside. The previous video I did, market broke structure to the upside and we took a buy trade. Now, in this case, the market broke structure to the downside. The previous video I did, like I said, the market broke structure to the upside. It took out this high. Break structure. What I mean by breaking structure, let me indicate it so that you guys can see. After the double liquidity sweep has occurred, you want to wait for price to break structure. Yes, you want to wait for price to break structure first, either to the downside or to the upside. Whatever side it goes, it breaks structure from. That is the direction the market wants to go. Now you can see that in this case, it broke structure to the downside. The moment it breaks structure, immediately you go to your short tool, you enter a sell trade. You enter a what? A sell trade. You put your stop loss and then you put your stop loss just above this high here, or above this high, or around this area, right? And then you sell the market down to the next key key zone, right? To the next key zone. Now you can see a quick recap of what I just did. Price took out liquidity to the down to this area, took out this sell side liquidity, inducing sellers into thinking that it wants to go down. Traders must have set their stop loss just within this area here But what happened? It didn't go down again. It went back up. Inducing buyers after taking out this buy side liquidity, right? Induced buyers into thinking that the market wants to pump. They must have entered this trade and they will put their stop loss just around this zone here. But what happened? It went back in, thereby trapping both the sellers and the buyers, right? Now, after this occur, what you need to do next is to wait for market to either break structure to the downside or the upside. If it breaks structure to the downside, that means it wants to go down. If it breaks structure to the upside, that means it wants to go up. I hope you guys find value in this video. Click the like button, subscribe to this channel. I am going to be posting more educative videos such as this. One love, guys. Peace out.